Hello, welcome back to the channel. In the month of November, we've been dealing with healing from within. Healing from within as emotional healing. And so I'm going to take us through a movie I watched. It's a movie by Bimbo Ademoye. It's titled The Last Straw. In this movie, we'll have Morenike's mom, Morenike herself, her mom, and her husband in the story. And the movie gives deep insight into what unresolved trauma can do and how it can affect relationships that we have, especially in a family setting. And so we're going to take up the characters one after the other and look at them and see what we can glean from them all. So let's explore the story. Okay? So come with me. Let's go. The Or looking at the impact of unresolved trauma. So let's start with Morenike's mom. Morenike's mom, she went through a very difficult and traumatic time with her husband, who was late at this time. And unfortunately, she never sought help or healing for her emotional wounds. And so, not seeking help is critical in this story because that is the reason why she displayed what she displayed, and she dealt very well, manifested in her fullness towards everybody around her, particularly her son-in-law Olaolu. Instead of seeking professional help, she didn't, and so she projected her pain. She was really, really traumatized, and she created a toxic environment. Unfortunately, she raised Morenike in that toxic environment. But of course, for a child growing up with a mom, that's all she has always known. So she didn't know anything different, and that equally affected her relationship with her husband. It is critical for one to address unresolved trauma in counseling, because counseling will kind of help you open the door into your emotions. It's like opening a warehouse and seeing all the emotions they are stacked away, and helping you bringing them out one after the other and addressing them. That will help you to move forward in a healthier way. When you don't do that, you just go on with the trauma, and you just be projecting negative emotions on people and just disturbing innocent people with your own wahala. That's exactly what Morenike's mom did. The thing, understanding the root cause of her behavior, we can consider Morenike's mom to have treated Olaolu that way because that was all she could do. She couldn't handle her own emotions. So her harsh and condescending behavior wasn't really about him. It wasn't that Olaolu wasn't behaving well. It wasn't that Olaolu was not a good son-in-law or a good husband to the daughter. But she just could not see that because of the way she had her own negative emotion stored up, like she had put them in cooler, and from there she was dishing them out one after the other. So it was a reflection of her unresolved trauma. Her negative experience shaped her outlook to life, her perception, and that affected her relationship. This made her to be overly protective of Morenike, and unfairly, unjustly, she was very critical of Olaolu's action, everything she was doing. But we can say that in counseling, people are helped to understand the root cause of their behavior, and you're able to see how other people are behaving in the light of what they are doing, not from your own lens. So by exploring your past experience, you can uncover certain attitudes and actions that exist in your today's world. So if you talk with a counselor or a therapist particularly, you'll be able to look at your past and see how that has significant effect on what you're doing today. And so it will help you to resolve that, and moving forward you'll have a better way to deal with issues. And I think I can talk about the role of compassion in all of this. So talk about the role of compassion and patience in all of this. Now, what could have been helped in this situation? Olaolu and Morenike may have approached the mother with a more compassionate and patient, in a more compassionate way, and patience. That's if they knew what to do. They didn't know what the woman was going through because she never discussed it. Morenike had always been with her. She was very young when the father passed on, and she didn't even know the story of what happened between the mother, how the mother became a single parent. She didn't have any understanding about that. So, if they had understood that the behavior of the mom was driven from unresolved um, pain rather than malice, it could have been a starting point for her healing, helping her to start her healing. But because she wasn't talking or she never talked about it, they didn't know what she was going through. But I can say that for people who are going through pain or such, compassion and patience, they are key in dealing with difficult family dynamics. So it's important to look beyond the surface of negative behavior to understand the pain that is driving them. The approach to it would have been, if she had spoken about it and seen it, is more like she's seeing Olaolu coming into the space to distort what she had built, taking Morenike from her. Morenike is all she had, so she practically moved into their house. She has a room, fine room. Of course, she had money. So she had a room in the house that they have moved in, which is not a very good idea. If you have a young couple that are getting married, they need time to get to know themselves, break even, and be able to know how they can resolve things and what they can do. But having the mother in the situation, mother who is traumatized, who has her own issues in that place, it became a problem. She never had time for the husband because the mom is always barging in. There was even once she came in that they have something they need to do the next day. They have to. Let me not spoil. Let me not be a spoiler for the movie. Go and watch it. All I'm trying to do out of that movie is to draw out things that we can learn from it. So Morenike's mom had baggage, like baggage. She had that unresolved. So the need for professional help is it cannot be overemphasized. It's not a big deal. I have a video that talks about therapy. Seeing a therapist or receiving counsel is not a bad thing. So it's something one would need. If you need it, go for it. So her refusal to address her trauma not only harmed her as a person, it affected all the relationships she had around her because she was projecting her pain onto others. This time around, what we're looking at, she was projecting that pain upon the daughter and the husband. So the daughter's marriage was now in jeopardy because of what the mom was going through. The daughter herself was traumatized because she was raised by the mom in a toxic environment, so she didn't know how to react. She couldn't be objective, seeing what the mom was doing, seeing the pain the husband was going through, how condescending the mother is towards the husband. She really could not see it in that light nor do anything about it. So seeking professional help when dealing with deep-seated emotional wound is vital, because in counseling you'll be encouraged to walk through the pain with guidance of a therapist or a counselor, depending on what you're dealing with. There's actually a difference between them. The counselor or a therapist. There's the benefit of doing this is that you will have a better balanced human being. Your human being will be balanced. You will do well. It will help you to prevent the spread of negative emotion, like Morenike's mom is doing, and being dysfunctional in your relationship with others, especially your immediate family. That is the very bad one. So if you go seek help, you break the trauma, the circle of trauma. You break it, because for Morenike's mom, she was traumatized. She now raised Morenike in a toxic environment, so Morenike too is traumatized. And then now they are trying to traumatize Olaolu on his own. I was doing very well, was now being taunted with all these negative emotions and all. So without intervention, the circle will continue to affect generations, future generations. You just begin to go on. Imagine if they didn't get help, Olaolu and Morenike will not have children. They will not be raising children that are traumatized because it will be a toxic environment. So breaking the cycle of trauma is crucial and is about addressing head on. That's you're being proactive in solving and helping the problem, helping to solve the problem and getting healing. So understanding generational impact of unresolved trauma can be a strong motivation to seek healing necessary to create a healthier relationship. So if you know that if I don't deal with it, it's going to spill over, because you end up raising children who have issues. Those children now will be traumatized. You need to break that. Morenike's mother's story, The Last Straw, by Bimbo Ademoye. Go and see the movie. Lovely movie. It's a powerful reminder of how unresolved trauma can negatively impact relationships. We saw that in the story. In the marriage and in life generally, it is critical for you to understand the importance of healing from past wounds and seeking help when you need one. Identify it. When you need one, you seek help. So let's encourage each other. Let's approach our relationships with compassion, patience, and a commitment to break traumatic experiences. Traumatic cycles will break them. The cycle of trauma should not continue. That is my story for you today. The Last Straw. Please go see the movie. It's a nice one. So if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and just ensure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel so that anytime we're uploading any new video, you'll be the first to know. You get the notification and you know. So let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. Have you had experience anyone who is traumatized, maybe in the office? One just came to my mind. I'm going to share that experience in the office. Someone who is traumatized. So thank you for always turning up, for encouraging me. It's nice. They comment, people slide into the DM. Those that need help, the little help I can give, I'm giving. I can help those I can help, I'm helping. But the thing is, I believe that this world we're in is a community in itself. So if I'm healthy, you are healthy, we'll have a healthier environment to live in, and we'll raise healthier children. So let's share the videos to people who can, who you believe need it, because we're bringing to surface things that will make us enjoy overflowing life. That's all we're here to do. Alright, till I come into your space again, keep living life to the fullest. Have a franchise of your joy. Don't compromise it. Alright, bye for now.